After the ecological disaster that struck Ohio, and of course it's affecting the water, animals, and people.
Fuck.
Dementia Joe's nowhere to be found in either his butt plugs. But who comes to Ohio?
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Oh, you knew it was coming.
No, God!
MAGA comes to Ohio. I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this is what's next. Hey, what's up, everyone? Jazz Borganzo here, of course. This is what's next, your daily. How you guys doing today on this Thursday? Well, due to time constraints, excuse me, shall I say, I've only got one video in for today, so I do apologize. Normally I do too, but this one's a big one. Ohio, and I've talked about this on a number of videos. This situation with the train derailment, chemical spill, intentional controlled burn off, poisonous cloud, animals, water, people, all affected. Water's poisoned, animals are dying, and I've said in previous videos how this is going to affect people. Right now, we don't know. Long term, that's going to be a different story. But with all that said, where was Joe Biden? Yes, our wonderful chief, our leader, our president of the United States. Where was he? Oh, that's right. He was in Kiev. Yes, he was in Ukraine bootlicking Mr. Sweatpants, Captain Sweatpants himself, Vladimir Zelensky. Yes, he was kissing the ass of Zelensky. And of course, our wonderful Secretary of Transportation, yes, Pete Buttigieg, Pete Buttplugs himself. Where was he? You know, was he in a park, you know, holding hands with his partner? Was he complaining about whiteness in construction? No. He was not to be found. Of course, somebody did find him, and he said he was going to take a little break from the situation and to reevaluate things. Well, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Or should I say, he was coming. The former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, comes to Ohio. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Exclusive. Donald Trump delivers truckloads of water to East Palestine, Ohio. East Palestine, Ohio, excuse me, shall I say, after train derailment. East Palestine, Ohio. Former President Donald Trump visited East Palestine on Wednesday, where he delivered truckloads of bottled water following a train derailment earlier in the month that left a small town devastated. It says disarray, but I'm going to go with devastated because that's what it is. Quote, President Trump is meeting with citizens of East Palestine. He will never forget them and what they're going through. Contrast that with Biden and the federal government, who have failed from them from the beginning, Trump spokesman Stephen Chung told Breitbart News. John Rourke, CEO of Blue Line Moving, which transported the pallets of water to East Palestine, told Breitbart News the company moved 13 pallets of water, which comes to over 14,000 bottles, to the small town. Quote, Joe Dementia, butt plugs, stay away. The real president is here taking care of American citizens. Make sure those Ukrainian pensions are taken care of, Rourke told Breitbart News. Yes, that pensions that Dementia wants to promise the Ukrainians, but yet, fuck you, America. There you go. And you can see the pallets of water. Both President Joe Dementia and U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttplugs have yet to visit East Palestine, despite the train disaster having occurred nearly 3 weeks ago. On February 3rd, the train operated by Norfolk Southern was carrying chemicals, including vinyl chloride, a highly volatile, colorless gas, when it derailed, spilling the chemicals, sparking a fire, which sent a thick billowing smoke into the sky. Cleanup crews ended up igniting 5 train cars to get rid of the toxic chemicals. Yes, a controlled burn, which created a menacing plume of thick smoke that resembled a mushroom cloud. Yeah, literally the town got nuked. Images of controlled detonation were later circulated on social media, sparking concerns around the nation. The incident resulted in about half of the town's population being ordered to evacuate, while residents still have been told they are allowed to return to their homes. Many are concerned and want answers. More like worried. But Biden and Buttigieg are nowhere to be found. Well, we know where they are. We go from that to this. Trump We're like a third world nation with butt plugs as transportation secretary. Oh, yes. Did you think he was not going to troll? East Palestine, Ohio. Former President Donald Trump told residents of East Palestine Wednesday that we're like a third world nation with butt plugs as transportation secretary. We're like a third world nation. This is an example of it. The breakdown. The whole country is breaking down, Trump said while hanging out with residents at East Palestine in a McDonald's on Wednesday. The former president also stated that Buttigieg, who has yet to even step one foot into East Palestine, should have been here a long time ago. After being asked to respond, Buttigieg blaming him for the train derailment, falsely claiming that the proposed rule on ECP brakes was withdrawn in 2018, had something to do with the disaster. Of course it did, because blame Trump for everything. You know, sun's hot, water's wet, blame Trump. Trump said it had nothing to do with it. In addition, Buttigieg and Joe Biden has yet to visit East Palestine. Instead, Biden was visiting Ukraine earlier this week and bootlicking. While in East Palestine on Wednesday, Trump told Breitbart News that Biden should have already been to this town, should have been to Ohio as well, but chose to go to a different route, referring to Biden's trip to Kiev, Ukraine.
Plus the people that are in here, they're going to get a nice free meal. All right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Nice. Good one, huh?
Yes, it's very good. My first store.
Oh, really? How many do you have?
I have 8 stores.
Whoa. He's a wealthy guy, huh? Is he a good boss?
He's a wonderful boss.
I can see it.
A nice little handshake. I see some other people besides the zillion press.
Knock that out fast for us, okay?
Thank
We'll be eating it on the plane back. Thank you, everybody. Have a good time, okay?
Glad you came down.
Thanks for stopping here.
We're happy you came down here to visit
Thank you.
us.
Great honor.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Trump, why are you visiting today?
Huh?
Why are you visiting today?
Well, we brought a lot of people with us, and more importantly, we brought the federal government with us because when they heard I was coming, they all came. They weren't going to come. They were going to leave you abandoned, and now they're not. The owner over here, he saw that.
I helped out all the responders and everything the first week. I was out here making egg McMuffins myself Saturday morning.
You did a good
with
job.
these guys.
You did a good job. So give us a nice array of stuff. Take care of the people, and I'll see you later, okay? Thank you all. Thank
Can I
you.
get a picture with you?
What do you think about what's going on?
This is another compare and contrast. I had one yesterday in regards to Ukraine and Dementia's love for that country. You know, of course, you know, his son was working for them as well. And then you had East Palestine, Ohio. I keep saying East Palestine, East Palestine. I keep floating between the two, and I do apologize, whichever one is correct. But you pretty much had it in a nutshell. What this president, what this administration cares about is about the monies. Show me the monies. How many times can I grab my ankles and say, give it to me hard, Dementia tells Zelensky in Ukraine? How many blank checks can I write out to you? How many billions, and we're at 113 billion and climbing, to Ukraine? But when an ecological disaster hits a city, hits a town, hits a state, and this is of epic proportion, wait for it, silence. Nothing but silence. And no matter what you think of Donald Trump, whether you love him, whether you hate him, what he did was the right thing to come to East Palestine. He could have came days after. He could have came days after and basically said, you know what, I'm going to show this president up. Why? Because Biden's an ass clown, which he is. But no, he stayed back. Let the federal government do their job. Let FEMA come in and do their job, which of course FEMA rejected Ohio's request from the governor, which of course, as we all know, both Pennsylvania's governor and Ohio's governor both were involved in the, quote, controlled burn that went south. So here comes Donald Trump. Pallets of water. Supplies. Takes the EMTs, excuse me, the fire department, the police department, takes them to McDonald's and buys them all. Feeds them all. Has no problem doing it. Why? Because the man loves McDonald's. As we've seen, when he was in the White House, he was eating McDonald's as well. But what it tells you, that this is not a publicity stunt. This is not a PR move, in my opinion anyway. I think the man truly cares. The man truly cares, or he wouldn't have gone there. He stayed back and said, you know what? I'm going to allow things to play out and see the help that they need. Will they get the help that they need? Of course, now we know because, of course, Donald Trump put the threat out there that I'm coming, so you better do something. And, of course, FEMA did. And, of course, now you have Buttigieg, saying, hey, I'm going to East Palestine now. I got done, holding hands with my partner and playing stupid, stupid Ross's games. I'm coming. And you're going to appreciate me. No, Buttigieg, no one appreciates you. The fact of the matter is you're an ass clown as a mayor. You're an ass clown as Secretary of Transportation. But then again, you learn from the master, Dementia Joe himself. So while he is over in Kiev kissing the ass of Zelensky, President Donald Trump is doing what a leader does. He leads. I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.